So hello, America. I hope you've been enjoying the scenery. It was kind of just a wee bit nippy this morning, huh?
Yeah, negative something.
Negative something again. It's only in the last week or two that I've learned that my new digital thermostat actually has a negative sign it can put in front of the number to record very, very cold temperatures outside. So it's good to see you all. There's a few slackers among us who are not being seen, and the video really doesn't show who's here and who's not anyway, other than if you're in the front row. And so that's true. Have you watched videos? No? And so, anyway, so welcome America to this cold place. Although it's warm in here, and everybody's eager to be here.
In your mind.
Alex is just being his normal cheerful self, kind of. You can just kind of count on Alex to be cheerful and encouraging, always have a smile, be uplifting and positive and encouraging. That's Alex in a nutshell, don't you think?
I think it's great. I really do.
So, what fun and exciting event happens next Tuesday? The first exam. Do you know what this is? This is your first opportunity to show off. This is your first opportunity to show off, to show what you got, right? Right. Yes, this means yes, to show off. The first test has been aced more times than any other test I give.
Oh, thanks. That made me feel loved.
Last semester, 3 people got a perfect score on the first exam. 3 people got a perfect score on the first exam. So I'm hoping at least one of you, perhaps multiple ones of you, will get a perfect score this semester. It would warm my heart. And I tell you what, perfect scores are much easier to grade than are. Nonetheless, perfect scores are much easier to grade. And so and much more fun from my perspective. So, curve, people are like, what about the curves? Curves can be good things and curves can be bad things. Has anybody in here ever gotten a 96 or 97% on a test and had it called an A- or a B+ because of the curve? That's one of the ways that curves can function, is because it forces a distribution. Because a curve, if you think about a statistical curve, there's only so many A's. Yes, so many A's, so many B's, so many C's. I've experienced that, a 96 or 97% that was not an A. Why? Because it was curved, right? And so if you all, I've never had a class take me up on this, but if you all get 100s, you'll all have 100s reported on Blackboard, right? You all can earn A's in here, every single one of you, and I'm not going to force a distribution. I'm not going to say, oh, but they only got a 93%. I'll call that a B. I got to give somebody a B, right? But I won't do that. See, so I don't do that. And so you all have the opportunity, each and every one of you, and the whole class full of you, can all get A's. I invite you to, actually, including you. I invite you to. And so I have yet to have a class take me up on that offer, because I've made it. I'm making it most semesters, I think, but the invitation is there. Okay, just so you have it. Okay.
Do we need to RSVP?
No RSVP required. So, fun and exciting event. Test. What do we know about the test? Anything whatsoever?
Hopefully today.
It's going to be over.
How many questions do we know? Huh? 32. Dyslexia is not becoming an accountant. So 32 multiple choice questions, each worth, I hope this isn't too complicated for you accounting majors, each worth 6.25 points apiece. Yes, if you multiply 32 times 6.25, it should miraculously arrive at, yes, indeed, the number written on the syllabus, which is 200 points. Yes. Okay, so 20% of your grade, not that it's 20% of your grade will be determined next Tuesday.
Do we need a Scantron?
No Scantron required. I'm sorry? No Scantron required. No Scantron, no Scantron. Big yawn. What else? What else do you want to know?
Multiple choice, or do we?
They're all multiple choice.
Do you give us formulas?
I give you nothing.
Fantastic. We're gonna put them on the back of your shirt the whole class.
My head shakes.
That'd be awesome, not gonna lie.
Okay, so I do the Dr. Hobson thing and say, no, it's not allowed on the CPA exam. So, but there's not nearly as much stuff to memorize for cost and managerial accounting as there is for tax. So hopefully that is not too horrendous. And I also do a fair bit of work at trying to help you make things easier to memorize, right? I've expended some effort already this semester trying to make things easier to memorize. And so, and it might even come up again today. So there is some memorization required, 32 questions, 6.25 points apiece. Any other questions specifically? Yes, ma'am.
If you had to give a proportion to the amount of questions that are over ratios that we've gone over, what would that be?
Something larger or smaller than 50-50?
That's really helpful.
I don't know, probably more calculational than conceptual than ratio, because I once had a philosophy professor once tell me, anybody can answer a definitional question. That's just memorization, right? So it's a little more difficult and a little more discerning in terms of establishing grades to do more than just definitional like things. There's other people with their hands up. Yes?
Is there anything like from the case on the test?
No, thank you. Nothing, not mathematically. There is one, I think there's one question, conceptual question from our conceptual discussion on the case. But in terms of, yeah. And so if you were paying attention during the discussion, hopefully you'll remember what I talked about. And, but nothing in terms of, so what was gross profit if you calculated it correctly? Nothing even remotely resembling that. What was your question?
How comparable is it to your practice exam?
Longer.
Questions comparable, but
Some of the ones on the practice exam are on the practice exam because they're harder than the ones in the test. But it is considered, I would encourage you not to underestimate it. It is generally perceived, I think. The better people to ask are the people who've already taken me, but my impression is it's perceived as the easiest of the 3 tests you'll take. But that is that what you've heard? It's
Oh no, but I've had managerial with you, so.
okay. And the first ones are easier than the later ones? No. I didn't think so. And so, but don't waste. But the other side of that coin is don't waste this opportunity and really study for it and make sure you do really good on the first one. Okay, what was your next question?
Do you give partial credit?
No, it's multiple choice.
Well, yeah, but if we show our work.
It's multiple choice. I'm grading what's circled.